Ah, the old, I let them drive my car and oops, they don't have a license scenario. Well, let's unpack this one, as legally and morally there's a bit to cover. First and foremost, allowing someone to drive your vehicle comes with a bit of liability baked in, regardless of the other person's licensing status. You're essentially giving someone else control over your property, and if they mishandle it, you'll find your name pulled into the ensuing dramas. Now, if you genuinely didn't know they lacked a license, there's a bit of gray area to account for. From the law's perspective, ignorance usually isn't a strong defense. Vehicle owners are generally expected to exercise due diligence before handing over their keys. But let's not ignore the human element. Sometimes you trust someone, and they skirt the truth. Should an accident occur, most states in the good old US of A operate under some form of negligent entrustment law. This means if you lend your car to someone you know, or should have reasonably known, was unfit to drive, like an unlicensed friend, then you're on the legal hook. But there's also insurance to consider. If your policy allows permissive use, it might cover damages caused by anyone you give permission to drive your car. Big emphasis on the might. The kicker is, the insurance company expects the driver to be licensed, and discovering they aren't could mean waving goodbye to any hope of coverage. In my lovely rain-soaked city of Portland, Oregon, like many places, your situation could land you in hot water with law enforcement, not to mention the headache with the insurance folks. Penalties vary by jurisdiction, but there's always a risk of fines or, worst case, charges for allowing an unauthorized person to drive your vehicle. Plus, the unlicensed driver would likely face their own set of consequences. What's the takeaway here? The next time someone asks for your keys, do yourself a favor. Verify they've got more than just a charming smile and a promise. While trust is a nice sentiment, when it comes to the road, a valid license is non-negotiable. And as always, laws are complex, vary significantly between regions. And I'm assuredly not a lawyer, just a guy from Portland with a keyboard. So if you find yourself in this kind of situation, seeking legal advice might just be your best bet. Stay safe out there. And to the unlicensed drivers reading this, please, for everyone's sake, don't put someone else in this position. Get licensed. Get legal. It's less hassle for all of us in the long run.